Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Warriors have the option of moving forward with the season. The only option is to make deals and modify the squad, bringing in a solid scorer to help Stephen Curry. Buddy Hield started the season wonderfully, but with each game his production has declined. Warriors will pursue Los Angeles Clippers top scorer. The loss of DeAnthony Melton, who is out for the season with an ACL injury, has hit the Warriors' defense hard. Steve Kerr's team enjoyed a bright start to the season. Their deep 12-man rotation allowed them to play an intense brand of basketball on both sides of the ball. The early success limited the perception that Golden State needed to consolidate its roster. However, with the Warriors' recent struggles, it's fair to assume trade talks are back on the table. According to Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley, the Warriors should turn their attention to Norman Powell. He proposed a trade that would send the sharpshooting wing to the Bay Area. The trade would look like this. Warriors receive Norman Powell. Clippers receive DeAnthony Melton and Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors don't have the deepest asset collection, and under the collective bargaining agreement, it's tricky for them to make the finances work on a major move, Buckley reasoned. That's why they could consider buying high on Powell. Is it fair to be skeptical about a 31-year-old playing at a higher level than ever before? Absolutely. But if this late career breakout is remotely sustainable, then that's plenty of production added without breaking the bank. Even if Powell proves to be less of a true second option and more like someone who can share that role with the resurgent Andrew Wiggins, that could work. Powell is in the fourth year of the 5-year $90 million deal he signed with the Portland Trail Blazers in 2021. He's averaging 23.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 2.3 assists over 16 games this season. He's shooting the ball at a 49.2% clip from the field and 49.6% from three-point range on 7.9 attempts per game. Stephen Curry falls from top spot in threes per game after 12 years. For the first time in over 12 years, Stephen Curry has fallen from the top spot in three-pointers made per game, a position he has held since the 2012-13 season. LaMelo Ball has taken over as the league leader, averaging 4.7 three-pointers made per game, compared to Curry's 4.2 this season. NBA three-point leaders, 2024-25. 1. LaMelo Ball April 7, 3 p.m. 2. Anthony Edwards April 5, 3 p.m. 3. Tyler Herro April 3, 3 p.m. 4. Stephen Curry April 2, 3 p.m. 5. Brandon Miller April 1, 3 p.m. 6. Norman Powell April 0, 3 p.m. 7. Jason Tatum April 0, 3 p.m. 8. Donovan Mitchell March 8, 3 p.m. 9. Derek White March 8, 3 p.m. 10. Peyton Pritchard March 8, 3 p.m. While Ball has more makes, his efficiency leaves much to be desired. He is shooting just 35.6% from beyond the arc while taking 13.1 attempts per game. In contrast, Curry's efficiency remains stellar as he shoots 41.9% on 10.0 attempts per game. Curry's reign as the three-point king began in the 2012-13 season when he averaged 3.5 made threes per game on an impressive 45.3% shooting. Over the years, he revolutionized the game with his ability to shoot at a high volume while maintaining exceptional accuracy. Highlights of his dominance include the 2015-16 season, when he averaged an astonishing 5.1 made threes per game on a career-best 45.4% accuracy, setting the NBA on fire and claiming his second MVP award. Even in recent seasons, Curry has remained consistent, making 4.9 threes per game in 2022-23 and 4.8 in 2023-24. However, this season has been different for Curry. While his shooting efficiency remains elite, his attempts and overall production have dipped slightly. He is currently averaging 22.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game while shooting 45.6% from the field. These are solid numbers, but they reflect a slower start compared to his usual standards. This slight decline in volume might be attributed to the Warriors' evolving offensive system, aimed at spreading the load among younger players like Jonathan Kuminga, or simply the team adjusting to the grueling pace of an 82-game season. LaMelo Ball, meanwhile, has embraced his role as a high-volume shooter for the Charlotte Hornets. His willingness to launch from deep has propelled him to the top spot in three-pointers made per game. Despite his inefficiency from three-point range, Ball's ability to get his shot up at such a high volume has been critical for the Hornets, who rely on him as their primary offensive weapon. Ball's ascension to the top, however, highlights the changing dynamics of the modern NBA, where volume often trumps efficiency, particularly for younger stars looking to make their mark. Curry's fall from the top spot is not necessarily a sign of decline, but rather a testament to how his shooting has set the gold standard for over a decade. Players like Ball owe much of their shooting mentality to Curry's influence on the game. While this shift is significant, Curry's unparalleled efficiency and historical dominance in three-point shooting ensure that his legacy remains untouchable. As the season progresses, fans and analysts will be watching to see if Curry regains his throne or if the next generation continues to rise. Somehow, Windhorst is the voice of reason in Warriors-Lakers LeBron trade talks. With injuries and a recent 5-game losing streak killing off any thoughts the Golden State Warriors might have had about trying to depth their way to an NBA title, the chase for a superstar is on, per ESPN's Shams Charania. Charania went on ESPN's NBA Today to discuss the Warriors picking up their pursuit of a big trade, prompting analysts Michael Wilbon and Kendrick Perkins to identify LeBron James as the star they want to see come to the Bay Area. The unlikely, and year-old, hypothetical sucked up more than 4 minutes of airtime. After watching James and Steph Curry play together in the Olympics, Wilbon said he wants to see the duo back together, especially because he sees the Lakers' current struggles as indicative of their fleeting chances going forward. The Lakers stink, all right? The Lakers are not going to do anything. The Lakers are not any good, Wilbon said. You have Anthony Davis and LeBron playing 90% of the games, and they are the 7th and 8th seed at best in the West. Is LeBron going to ride out another season like that? Why would he? Why does he need to? Wilbon even quipped James could continue to live in Los Angeles and just fly back and forth to the Bay Area to play for the Warriors, asking NBA Today host Malika Andrews, who grew up in the Bay Area, how long the flight is. He concluded, this is tailor-made for those two guys to play together and finish their career. Perkins agreed, noting how James has made his frustration with the Lakers evident throughout their middling start to the season. He didn't mention that James' numbers are trending down, most notably with lower shooting percentages and his lowest points per game average, 22.3, since his rookie year. They're on the market looking for a star, Perkins said of the Warriors. What star is out there that's going to move the needle so that they can actually have a legitimate shot at winning the championship that makes the most sense? They're looking for a playmaker, right? That's LeBron James. You need the size, because the wing position is the most important position in the NBA. That's LeBron James. Now I don't know what the numbers look like, but I do know this makes a lot of sense. That left reporter, and known Warriors antagonist, Brian Windhorst to be the voice of reason, with Windhorst pointing out how each team's cap situations would make any trade difficult to pull off without a third team involved. James also has a no-trade clause, meaning the Lakers cannot trade him without his approval. That's where Windhorst found the biggest flaw with the trade idea. Twice in the last 10 months, LeBron has had an opportunity to leave the Lakers, Windhorst said. Once last year at the trade deadline, when the Warriors called. The Lakers came to LeBron and he said no, he did not go forward with that. Then in the summer, he was an unrestricted free agent, and he told the Lakers, "I will take less money if you can build this roster up." They did not build the roster up and he still re-signed. So I've seen LeBron twice have opportunities to leave the Lakers and stay there. Barring any injuries, basketball fans will next get to see James and Curry on the court together on Christmas Day, when the Warriors and Lakers face off in San Francisco at 5 p.m.